that's why whenever I had something to do, and this is all in new territory when you do research like this, you have to cover all bases. And in fact, when I got on the safety committee, someone wanted to do an experiment, and we would be called in to look at what the experiment is going to be. And then he says, okay, if this happens, how are you prepared? And the guy would look at you, well, you didn't research it far enough to find out what would happen if it did happen.
Mm-hmm.
And what is the antidote that you got to have? So this is when you go in to do the legal research. You've got to say, okay, why did they do it this way? Why are they using the particular terms that they are? And now let's see if I am wrong in my assumptions that they're wrong. Making sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't want to lose you.
Oh, no.
So that's why when you're doing research into statutes, look at the statutes, and then what you have to do, and this is where the ATG Press is. I've already gone through the session laws now, like in when we did the archives in Raleigh, and we had to go down and find out what happened during this country during 1933 in that era when the war powers came in and Roosevelt. And we weren't particularly looking at Roosevelt, but we were looking in the particular state and the governors in the state. And you start looking at, okay, first we went in and we pulled all of the papers, the personal papers of the governor, and we sat down for hours and looked at it and read it. And what struck our mind, we marked, and you put a little tag on it, and the archivist then takes all the stuff back, and tags that he sees on there is what he knows he has to copy. Then he copies it. Then you go up and you tell him you want to certify it. Now you go back down to your desk and you sit there, and when you have his copy, because you don't read the whole thing, you're skimming.
Mm-hmm.
And now you read the copy. This ain't no good. I don't know why I got that, but you got it. You know, it has to be done. And then another one would come out, oh, this is great. Oh, well, we got to go to the session laws now. Now you got to go into the session laws, and you start reading the session laws for that particular period of time. And out of the whole book, you might find 5 pages that you want. All right, you're reading like a 400-page book in their session laws, and you only get 5 pages out. Now you take the 5 pages, and you make copies, and you sit down and you read it, and you understand what you're reading. It's just anybody can read words, but do you understand what they're saying? In legal terms, in legalese, not in standard everyday talking on the street language. So then, once you get the session laws, then you find out, okay, they had the first reading in the statute. The first reading before 3 readings to become a statute in North Carolina. And it can't be all in the same day. So now you go and you find the book on the next day, and you read that, and you see, did they change any wording in here? Oh, yeah, they changed 5 words in here. And you just keep doing this, and so if anybody goes to the ATG Press and they have questions, they don't have to go to the library and sit through session laws and read the Federal Register and read the statutes and the regulations. It's all been done for you on ATG Press.
Going back to the two countries,
right?
What is...
Well, America, like you were saying, it's very hard to find anything on the term America or the word America, but you find a lot of it on the United States. But like I said, I have some old maps that we have, and where it lists today, it shows you the country. It says United States. It didn't say that. It said America. And we have letters from people in Europe to the people over here in the 1700s and late 1700s that refer to America, not the United States. We are coming to America. There is documentation with consulates from Spain, from France, from Portugal, speaking of America, not the United States. So the landmass is a country called the United States. Called
America, right.
not the United States.
Now,
The United States is a place in America. When they say United States of America, people have no concept because they forget grammar and they don't know words. And if you look at the word of, it means belonging to, emanating from.
mhm.
It's a derivative of the word from. Are you not of your mother and father? Well, that means you came from your mother and father. You were produced from your mother and father. Okay? So when you look at the United States of America, it says the United States belonging to America. What's America? It's a country. What's the United States then? It's a place within the country.
Okay.
It's within America.
Was this set out right from the very beginning, since 1776?
Nope.
All right. Was this a 14th Amendment aftermath?
Excuse me. Was that?
Was that a 14th Amendment aftermath?
No. They were called colonies. They weren't called states.
Mhm.
All right, and they were colonies which were actually plantations. And you don't look at plantation as a farm. It's a corporation.
Okay.
All right, and if you read John Burke's treatise on, Reconciliation of the Colonies by Burke, it explains that all of the colonies, it says in the preface, the speech on conciliation with the colonies delivered 150 years ago is read today in American schools, not United States schools,
Mhm.
with the interest which attaches to a current day topic. All right, this is just the, but it's Edmund, Edmund, Burke,
Mhm.
and he was born in Dublin, Ireland in 1729. All right. And they talk about the English Constitution and the government, and it says they were familiar with that in the United States, and he's talking about the British Constitution and the United States Constitution. Didn't say American Constitution, and it didn't say England. England is a country. British is in the country,
Mhm.
and they keep going on with the colonies and the consolidation and everything, and they talk about plantation. I don't have the particular thing in front of me, but the book is called Burke on Conciliation with the Colonies, and it was March 22nd, 1775.
So,
And they were doing the conciliation because England still owned all the colonies, and the colonies were fighting him, and they broke away, supposedly broke away, but they didn't really break away because they were still corporations of the crown.
mhm. Yeah, this is why I always felt that, after a while, Great Britain or England might not have been all that concerned about shedding any more blood
No.
for the purpose of putting down a rebellion when they said, look, this is a business enterprise and they're still hooked into us whether they like it or not.
That's right.
So let's just, corporatize it and hit them where it hurts, and that's in the pocket.
Well, let me put it this way. Here's a good analogy, as best I can, with government and corporation. Let's say we all work for GM.
We might. Okay.
And, GM has got 5 divisions, right?
Okay.
Cadillac, Buick, Oldsmobile, Pontiac, with that. So each one of those divisions can run its own business. They can do their own advertising, they can do this, but sitting in the background is a parent corporation, GM, saying, you can't do that, or yeah, go ahead and do it. Well, let's look at this and let's say that we're all part and parcel of GM. Equate that to the United States, to America, to British colonies, right? And we all decided that, hey, we don't like the way GM's operating, we're going to form our own corporation or our own divisions, and we're going to take it over. Okay, that is the scenario that was at that time. Now, what right do you have to violate a contract? Doesn't the Constitution that they wrote up saying in Article 110.1 that no state will obligate a contract? You can't? Or can you come in as an interloper, a third party, into a contract that your mother and father has with someone else and control it? No, you can't. That's international law. That's, you know, and this is what was happening here, that the British corporation, GM, owning all the divisions, the 13 colonies, which are the 5 divisions of GM, and now once you can get this in your mind, you can now start to appreciate that the whole deal is nothing but corporate law. It's all corporations.
Okay.
It's nothing to do with free land and free this and free people and all that. If you work for GM, you have to follow GM procedures.